Always, it is coffee.
Every morning, millions of people reach for the same simple comfort: a cup of coffee. It's a small ritual, familiar, private, almost invisible, and yet that cup holds a very long story. This is not a single straight line from plant to cup. It's a braid of myth and fact, of trade routes and rituals, farmers and baristas. Today, I'll take you through that braid, the origins, the surprises, the changes, and the future whispered in every steaming mug. Let's start with a story everyone knows. In the hills of Ethiopia, there's a legend about a goat herder named Kaldi. He noticed his goats spring to life after they ate bright red berries. Curious, he tried the fruit himself and felt more awake. He brought the berries to monks, they brewed them, and the rest, so the tale goes, is history. It's a beautiful story, vivid and memorable, but it reads like myth. Historians find no contemporary record. Still, the image of Kaldi keeps the origin alive in our imagination. The more verifiable trail begins across the Red Sea in Yemen. By the 15th century, Sufi monks were brewing beans to stay alert during long nights of prayer. From Yemeni ports, especially the famous port of Mocha, beans traveled through markets and across the Arabian Peninsula. Coffee became ritual and social practice before it became a commodity. In Mecca, Cairo, and later Istanbul, coffeehouses were not merely places to drink. They were theaters of conversation. People listened to music, recited poetry, exchanged news, and argued politics. Because these places fostered discussion, rulers sometimes feared them and tried bans, but the bans rarely lasted. Coffee's social pull proved stronger than prohibition. In Arab, coffee's path took it into the Ottoman Empire. Istanbul's coffeehouses thrummed with life. Scholars, poets, merchants, and performers filled their rooms. The coffeehouse was a public square under one roof, a place where news spread fast and ideas circulated even faster. In the 17th century, coffee reached Europe. It was met with suspicion at first. Critics even called it the bitter invention of Satan. Yet opinions shifted. Cities like Venice, London, and Paris welcomed the beverage and opened coffeehouses of their own. London's coffeehouses earned the nickname penny universities. For the small cost of a cup, anyone could enter lively debate and exchange ideas. European curiosity and colonial ambition then carried coffee around the globe. The Dutch planted it in Java, the French introduced it to the Caribbean, and the Portuguese brought it to Brazil. Because of climate and scale, Brazil became the dominant coffee producer, a position it still holds. Coffee moved from ritual to plantation to global commodity. Coffeehouses didn't just serve drinks, they helped shape public life. In 18th century Europe, they were sites where Enlightenment ideas circulated. In colonial America, similar public spaces hosted revolutionary talk and planning. A humble cup became part of conversations that changed nations. Meanwhile, the craft evolved. Roasting moved from open fire pans to mechanical roasters. Brewing techniques multiplied. Over time, people experimented with roast levels, water temperature, and extraction methods. Recently, the specialty coffee movement returned attention to origin, processing, and tasting notes, treating coffee with a care once reserved for wine. Behind every cup are farmers, often smallholders, whose livelihoods depend on coffee. The industry is worth tens, now hundreds of billions globally. Yet pressures persist. Climate change shifts suitable growing zones, Diseases threaten crops, and market volatility can leave growers vulnerable. So the story behind your cup blends flavor with hard economic realities. Looking ahead, two trends run side by side. Demand and market growth continue. More cafes, more products, more markets. At the same time, a push for sustainability, fair trade, and climate resilience gains momentum. Direct trade models, cooperative farming, and research into resilient varieties. The future of coffee will be negotiated between growth and responsibility. So how do we read the myth of Kaldi alongside the deep archive of trade and ritual? Together, they give us a fuller picture. The legend keeps origin alive. The historical record shows coffee's real impact on society, economy, and culture. Both are necessary to understand why a simple berry matters so much. There is beauty in both the ritual and the work. Seek out new origins. Ask the barista where the beans came from, and try a coffee prepared in a way you've never tasted before. Share the ritual. Invite a friend. Host a tasting. Listen to the stories that come with each cup. In doing so, you keep alive the very thing that made coffee more than a drink. Connection. Before we wrap up, I want to make something clear. This video reflects a personal perspective on the story of coffee. It is not intended to offend or criticize any community, culture, or tradition. If any part of this narration feels uncomfortable or disagrees with your own view, please understand that no harm or disrespect was ever meant. I sincerely apologize if anyone feels otherwise. My only aim here is to share knowledge, history, and reflection, so we can appreciate coffee not only as a drink, but as a story of people, places, and time. Thank you for listening. If this story sparked your curiosity, tell us your favorite coffee memory or ritual in the comments. Until the next cup and the next story.